Hello there, traders. For today's session, I decided to cover British pound versus US dollar. I will speak about USD versus Canadian dollar, gold market, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the British pound versus US dollar first. So basically what we got on the British pound versus US dollar is that there is a key resistance at 1.3597. We can also say 1.3600. It is a key pivot at this stage on the British pound versus US dollar. If you check here, market sold off here and then retested this, but we still have we're building contraction for last 16 hours or so, and we're building this contraction. So the option, we have two scenarios here. I mean, we have more scenarios, but let's say two scenarios. Like either we get a strong breakout of this 1.3600, we go really strong, good momentum, some kind of the pullback or contraction, continuational pattern, and then eventually we can see potential test of 1.3655 or even 1.3690 level. That's a scenario for the upside. Scenario for the downside will be if we take the low and got a good momentum of below 1.3570, market can eventually go towards the 1.3538, which is the control zone from this area, and then eventually attack some pivot lows and this pin bar lower. So the option number two is we go from this contraction lower. We can also place here. We can see that the key area around 1.3530, 535. So that potential break of this mini contraction to the downside can eventually towards this area, and then eventually if we go even more power through this, then towards the 1.3495 zone. So scenario for the upside, scenario for the downside, we'll see what will happen from here. For now we have a contraction and no breakout of this mini contraction. Going into the checking the USD versus Canadian dollar, there is some down break. We got a new low. We broke Friday's low, so USD Canadian dollar is active. But there is a key support zone around 1.2620 and 1.2605 area. And as long as we don't really go strongly through this aggressively and start to redistribute lower, this downside scenario will not be that active. But for now, we're trying to test at least. So we'll see if we can go and test. And the way how we will test will be can we see a stronger downside movement or just a shallow test or so. But definitely when watching carefully for this low from December 8 and December 31 here, we had the major lows there sitting. So if we don't really go strongly through them, I will still see potential rejection, supporting the price itself. So for now, if we can see stronger downside move and continuation below, then we can even see price to back into this area of test this pullback low eventually and back to this area of the major consolidation here from the background. Upside scenario, I would like to see price above 1.2659, 660, strong upside move, and then eventually continuational pattern for that retest of 1.2715. For now, we're trading lower, so watching the key pivots area here will be very important for the next move. Going into the gold, there is one interesting level here where the price stopped, 1798. This is a very key pivot intraday and the short term. There is a lows here we can find. Market respected again the major control zone, like here. We respected again here. We also got some tail. In case of some stronger breakout of 1798 with good momentum, and so this can open the door and continuational pattern for the price really to go towards the recent highs, even towards the recent highs there. But as I said, we need to see strong momentum to the upside and then continuational patterns. Otherwise, this can still go and chop and go more sideways. Obviously, key support is at around 1782. Anything meaningful below 1782 can lead us towards this pin bar low on 1760 or even 1752. We are much closer now to this key resistance versus the key support. So watch for eventual breakout. And Bitcoin versus US dollar, this looks like a very continuational as well. The major break happened in the January 5th, you know, there is a major breakdown of this whole multi-day consolidation. Strong breakout to the downside, and price didn't have any spectacular rally, some contractions on the 4-hour. I think still the same idea, price can eventually go towards 40,000, and if there is even more power, 37,300 and even 29,400. So downside opportunities on the rallies, and watch some continuational patterns on the breakdowns. That will be my preferable strategy according to the current condition. That will be all for this update. I hope that you did enjoy, trade safe, and see you all tomorrow morning.